Hello everybody, welcome to Samprada. Lately we have been talking about domestic violence on our platform, and today I'm here with my sister Pallavi Pratap, who is an advocate on record with Supreme Court of India, and she has her own law firm.
Thank you so much, Neha, Prachi, for having me here. Today we will be talking about domestic violence. She has been posting a lot and she's been receiving quite a few queries about domestic violence which is happening in times of lockdown.
So what has happened is during the lockdown, the women are locked in the houses with their abusers. And WHO also has said that domestic violence has become one of the most widespread but amongst the most underreported crimes in the world. And recently, a couple of days ago, United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres had said that it is very terrible that the reports of coronavirus pandemic has grown along with social and economic consequences of domestic violence. So for many women and girls, the threat looms largest where they should be safest, in their own homes. So what do you think about it?
My thoughts are that domestic violence certainly must have increased, especially in households, because people, especially women, are forced now to live with their abusers. I'm sure there must be terrible times being faced by quite a few families. As a matter of fact, a few days ago, we were talking about, I think yesterday, when one of our clients had called us, and she was saying that her husband was saying that he's going to throw acid on her face, and that she was really scared living with such a husband. So obviously these are problems that a lot of women must be facing. Like you were telling me today morning that, you know, alcohol abuse
Yes, because the alcoholics are not getting their alcohol, people are being laid off their jobs. So both the economics and the social aspects of it is increasing abuses. And I read recently that NCW has registered 861 cases in this year as of now. So how do you suggest women out there to approach?
I think what I've read recently in an article is that a lot of NGOs which run these helplines have reported that there has been some 70% decline in receiving of phone calls that they typically get from women who want to approach them. And that is primarily because women who are being abused are not able to report it because they don't have that privacy to give a call or explain their circumstances. However, one of the ways of doing it is that you can always call a 100 number, and there are helplines which are available. You can always drop in a message here and we will try and arrange for some kind of a help.
So what we have also read lately is that the cases have increased not only in India but all over the world, including, we're getting news from Australia, USA, UK also reported a 25% increase in domestic violence cases.
No, I agree. I think I read something on CNN about a day back or so where they were saying that women have been told in France to approach the pharmacies, and that is where they are talking in code words and informing the police about, informing the pharmacists who then are informing the police about domestic violence that they have been facing. I think that kind of an arrangement is definitely not there in India, but we always have access to 100 number. However, the women specifically must be so scared living in a house with the abuser that for them to take such a step must be very difficult. Also, I think there must be a lot of children who must be getting abused. I think there has been a significant increase in child abuses as well as sexual assault cases which have been reported so far.
Good. So there was another thing I was thinking about was since during times of humanitarian emergencies, gender-based conflicts increase. So you think that it will affect the matrimonial?
I think yes, a lot of people who have been living in 21 days with an abuser would definitely rethink about where do they stand as far as an abusive relationship is concerned. And also I think this will definitely bring about a lot of impact. We've been talking about different other clauses like as far as contracts are concerned. But I think there is very little talk about how matrimonial cases will significantly increase as a result of the lockdown. there must be a lot of maintenance matters where because of economic hardship or for several other reasons, some ex person may not be able to pay by the maintenance. So I'm sure there must be a lot of problems which will arise out of that. I think also with custody battles, as a matter of fact, once the lockdown started, one of my clients called up from Bombay and said that, my the other spouse was asking for the custody to be handed over while the lockdown was going on. And I think that has been a huge problem, that a custody where there is a shared or a joint custody, the transfer has not been able to be carried out, as a result of which I think there will be an increased number of litigation which will happen. I think also that a lot of people will rethink about being into a relationship, because typically when a person is living with someone, they do not really end up spending so much time together except for a vacation or something. Yes. But when you've been forced for 21 days to actually stay inside the house, I think a lot of people will evaluate their relationship.
As we know that the pandemic did not plan for the
Absolutely, it is important for all of us to stay indoors, and that is exactly what we've been practicing as well. Staying indoors is the only thing that is going to save all of us from this pandemic, which has been spreading at this rate. However, India has been able to control it by far, and I think it's going. It's definitely setting up an example for the entire world to see.
So what we can do is, we all as women have to stand for each other and talk to our friends who have been subjected to domestic violence, let them know we are there, and as you mentioned, call 100 if nothing else works, and maybe drop messages to whoever you can trust or us, and we will try to help in whichever way.
Or you can always put in a message in Samprada or any other social. NCW is there.
We all
There's so many other social media.
Women just have to stand together to help each other.
Correct. Yes. If we know of some kind of an abuse taking place, we must report it. Because we must not leave people specifically with people who are probably alcoholics, who may be under that.
Who don't have their substance abuse and they're just hitting and being violent at the
being
moment.
violent. And specifically, I think with women in the household, I'm sure there must be a lot of violence which would be meted out on them.
Absolutely.
On women and child. So yes, we are always there.
So what women can do is they can contact 181, which is a helpline number for domestic violence. In Delhi there is 1091, in UP there is 1090, and there are many state-specific women helpline numbers that can be contacted. And we will also try to share as much as we can, and know that Pallavi and I are also here for help if needed.
Yeah, and then there is Jagori, the NGO which runs their women helpline. We will be sharing the number in the strip below, so you can always contact them.
And also the NCW.
And of course, National Commission for Women goes without saying. NCW is there, the State Commission is there. You can always drop in an email to them, and they will come for your rescue. Make sure that you talk to other people. It is not something that you have
to get in touch with your friends and
yes,
family and whoever is needed. I mean, nobody needs to feel suffocated.
Correct. Yes, you need to talk to your friends and call police. Don't feel afraid of calling them.
Yes, it's a lockdown, but the police are still out there to help you.
Yes. So you take care of yourself. Please stay indoors and
stay safe.
Stay safe. Yes. Take care.
Thank you for watching us.